So we're reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 5, text number 11. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sarvarupe Ashvadaye Krishna Sevananda. Sarvarupe Ashvadaye Krishna Sevananda. Se Balaram Gaura Sange Nityananda. Se Balaram Gaura Sange Nityananda. Anyone else? Se Balaram Gaura Sange Nityananda. Se Balaram Gaura Sange Nityananda. Ladies, Sarvarupe Ashvada. Sarvarupe, in all forms, Ashvadaye, taste, Krishna Sevananda, the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. Se Balaram, that Lord Balaram, Gaura Sange, with Gaura Sundar, Nityananda, Lord Nityananda. Translation. In all the forms, he tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. That same Balaram is Lord Nityananda, the companion of Lord Gaura Sundar. So we'll keep reading as there is no purport. Saptama slokera arte kordi chardi shloke yate nityananda tattvaja nesarvaloke. Translation. I have explained the 7th verse in 4 subsequent verses. By these verses, all the world can know the truth about Lord Nityananda. Mayatite chaya Vaikunta loke Purnaishvarya Shri Chaut Bhutur Vyuha Madhye Rupam Yasya Bhati Sankarshanakyam Tam Sri Nityananda Ramam Prabodhye. Translation. I surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Ram, who is known as Sankarshan, in the midst of the Chatur Vyuha, consisting of Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. He possesses full opulences and resides in Vaikuntha Loka, far beyond the material creation. Purport. This is a verse from Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami's diary. It appears at the 8th of the first 14 verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Text number 14. Prakriter padavyoma name dham Krishna vigraha yaiche vibhutyadhi gunavan. Translation. Beyond the material nature lies the realm known as Paravyoma, the spiritual sky. Like Lord Krishna himself, it possesses all transcendental attributes, such as the 6 opulences. Purport. According to Sankhya philosophy, the material cosmos is composed of 24 elements, the 5 gross material elements, the 3 subtle material elements, the 5 knowledge-acquiring senses, the 5 active senses, the 5 objects of sense pleasure, and the Mahatattva, the total material energy. Empiric philosophers, unable to go beyond these elements, speculate that everything beyond them must be avyakta, or inexplicable. But the world beyond the 24 elements is not inexplicable, for it is explained in the Bhagavad-gita as the eternal Sanatan nature. Beyond the manifested and unmanifested existence of material nature, Vyakta Avyakta is the Sanatan nature, which is called the Paravyoma, or the spiritual sky. Since that nature is spiritual in quality, there are no qualitative differences there. Everything there is spiritual. Everything is good. Everything possesses the spiritual form of Sri Krishna himself. That spiritual sky is the manifested internal potency of Sri Krishna. It is distinct from the material sky manifested by his external potency. The all-pervading Brahman, composed of the impersonal glowing rays of Sri Krishna, exists in the spiritual world with the Vaikuntha planets. We can get some idea of that spiritual sky by a comparison to the material sky. For the rays of the sun in the material sky can be compared to the Brahma Jyoti, the glowing rays of the personality of Godhead. In the Brahma Jyoti, there are unlimited Vaikuntha planets, which are spiritual and therefore self-luminous, with a glow many times greater than that of the sun. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, has innumerable plenary portions, and the portions of his plenary portions dominate each Vaikuntha planet. In the highest region of the spiritual sky is a planet called, all together now, Krishna. Thank you. In the highest region of the spiritual sky is a planet called Krishna Loka, which has 3 divisions, namely Dwarka, Mathura, and Goloka, or Gokul. To a gross materialist, the kingdom of God, Vaikuntha, is certainly a mystery. But to an ignorant man, everything is a mystery, for want of sufficient knowledge. The kingdom of God is not a myth. What's a myth? Who can tell me what a myth is? It's a story. Like somebody comes and tells you this fantastic story, but it never really happened. It's called a myth. Even the material planets which float over our heads in the millions and billions are still a mystery to the ignorant. Material scientists are now attempting to penetrate this mystery, and a day may come when the people of this earth will be able to travel in outer space and see the variegatedness of these millions of planets with their own eyes. In every planet, there is as much material variegatedness as we find in our own planet. The planet Earth is but an insignificant spot in the cosmic structure. Yet foolish men, puffed up by a false sense of scientific advancement, have concentrated their energy in the pursuit of so-called economic development on this planet, not knowing of the variegated economic facilities available on other planets. According to modern astronomy, the gravity of the moon is different from that of Earth. Therefore, one who goes to the moon will be able to pick up a huge weight and jump vast distances. In the Ramayana, Hanuman is described as being able to lift huge weights as heavy as hills and jump over the ocean. Modern astronomy has confirmed that this is indeed possible. The disease of modern civilized man is his disbelief of everything in the revealed scriptures. Faithless non-believers cannot make progress in spiritual realization, for they cannot understand the spiritual potency. The small fruit of a banyan contains hundreds of seeds, and in each seed is the potency to produce another banyan tree with the potency to produce millions more of such fruits. This law of nature is visible before us, although how it works is beyond our understanding. This is but an insignificant example of the potency of Godhead. There are many similar phenomena that no scientist can explain. Everything, in fact, is inconceivable, for the truth is revealed only to the proper persons. Although there are varieties of personalities, from Brahma down to the insignificant ant, all of them are living beings. Their development of knowledge is different. Therefore, we have to gather knowledge from the right source. Indeed, in reality, we can get knowledge only from the Vedic sources. The 4 Vedas and their supplementary Puranas, the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, and their corollaries, which are known as Smritis, are all authorized sources of knowledge. If we are at all to gather knowledge, we must gather it from these sources without hesitation. Revealed knowledge may in the beginning be unbelievable because of our paradoxical desire to verify everything with our tiny brains, but the speculative means of attaining knowledge is always imperfect. The perfect knowledge propounded in the revealed scriptures is confirmed by the great acharyas, who have left ample commentations upon them. None of these acharyas has disbelieved in the Shastras. One who disbelieves in the Shastras is an atheist, and we should not consult an atheist, however great he may be. A staunch believer in the Shastras, with all their diversities, is the right person from whom to gather real knowledge. Such knowledge may seem inconceivable in the beginning, but when put forward by the proper authority, its meaning is revealed, and then one no longer has any doubt about it. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Garim Yat Kripataraham Bande Shri Gurun Dinataranam Paramanandamaravam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram. So, this chapter is about the glories of Nityananda, Lord Balaram. So we learn that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna himself. Brajendra Nandana se, Sachi Sutta hoile se, Balaram hoile nitai. And the acharyas explain that if you want to get the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that you should try to first get the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Because Lord Nityananda is very merciful. When Srila Prabhupada installed Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan in 1975, on Ram Navami Day, right? So just after that installation, he used to take his walk up Bhakti. Now it's called Bhaktivedanta Swami Marg. Used to be, what is it? Chittikar, right? Huh? Yeah, Chittikar Road. So at that time there was, now if you go, it's all built up, but in those times it was only Keti. Right, left, all the way up to the highway is only fields. So Prabhupada was walking, and he turned to the devotees and he said, now you have Balaram. Always pray to Balaram, because Balaram is very merciful, and Balaram will free you from all your material desires. So, we're also advised by the acharyas, if you want to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, then first you should try to get the mercy of Lord Nityananda. We also see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he delivered certain persons, they were very elevated, like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Lord, he was a staunch impersonalist, fixed in Mayavad philosophy. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered him. He was such an erudite scholar, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, that he would train sannyasis, even though he was a householder. He was a householder, but sannyasis would come to learn Vedanta from him. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very handsome, young sannyasi, and he was thinking, but he's not in a very high order of sannyas. Sannyas has various orders. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had taken sannyas in the Bharati order of sannyas. So according to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, that's a lower rung category of sannyas. So he was thinking it'll bring Mahaprabhu to the higher rung of this Sarasvat sannyasis. Right? So like that, he called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and began to describe Vedanta. So day after day, for 7 continuous days, Mahaprabhu was listening from Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya about Vedanta. But Lord Chaitanya was not asking any questions. Right? He was only listening to Sarvabhauma. So then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became doubtful. Right? If he doesn't have any questions, maybe he doesn't understand what I'm saying. Right? So he asked Lord Chaitanya, do you understand this Vedanta? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, yes, I understand Vedanta, but I don't know what you're talking about. And then Mahaprabhu began to explain this proper understanding of Vedanta. And he explained this Atmarama verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam in 64 different ways. Right? He'd explain it one way, defeat that, explain it another way, defeat that, explain it another way. So then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya understood, who is this? And he surrendered to Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya manifested his identity as Radha and Krishna. So, also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered Ramananda Roy. Right? But we see that Lord Nityananda, he delivered fallen souls, like Jaghai and Madai. Very fallen. There isn't any sin they didn't commit. And Mahaprabhu was known as Patita Pavan. But Lord Nityananda, when he saw these 2 fallen persons in Navadvip, he thought, if we can deliver these 2 rascals, then Chaitanya's known as Patita Pavan will surely be spread everywhere. So that's the mood of a devotee. The devotee is interested to glorify his master. He's not interested in his own glory. A devotee is interested when the spiritual master is glorified. And the devotee works in such a way so as, 1, to glorify his spiritual master, and 2, never tarnish the image of his spiritual master by his own behavior. Right? So Lord Nityananda, very merciful. If one wants to obtain the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, first one has to get the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So that's why this chapter is there by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj, is so that everyone knows the mahima, the glories of Lord Nityananda. Who is Lord Nityananda? He's none other than Balaram, the first expansion of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. And it's from Lord Balaram that all the other portions and plenary portions, expansions come. The Chaturvyuha, Mahashankarshan, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, all coming from Balaram. So, as Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport, the gross materialists, they cannot appreciate this. They think it's some mythology, right? That's because their consciousness is not purified, right? So therefore there's the process of bhakti and chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama. This will purify our consciousness, right? So that we can understand who is Lord Chaitanya, who is Lord Nityananda. Right? Without their mercy, how will we understand? Insignificant living entities, 1/10,000, the tip of a hair. To understand, even the material scientists don't understand this material world completely. And Prabhupada gives the example that from one small seed, a banyan tree manifests. And from that banyan tree, there's millions of seeds with potential millions of banyan trees. Right? So that they don't even understand. And how will they understand the source of both the material and the spiritual worlds? So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda, they manifested themselves specifically to give the Kali Yuga living entities an opportunity to understand them and to establish their relationship with them. The gross materialists, they're doomed unless somehow or another they come in contact with the devotees. Then by the mercy of the devotee, they can become purified and they can understand who is Lord Chaitanya, who is Lord Nityananda. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada emphasized our preaching activities. And the main preaching activity that he emphasized was exactly what his Guru Maharaj emphasized, which was book distribution, printing, and distributing books. He said in Los Angeles, I have no qualification. By that time, 1975, Srila Prabhupada had many centers, thousands of devotees, and his books were being appreciated in colleges and universities. But he said about himself, personally, I have no qualification. My only qualification is that I try to satisfy my Guru Maharaj. And how did he do that? By publishing books, by distributing books. We see when Srila Prabhupada went to America, right? What did he bring with him? 3 trunks of books. He had his books, right? And he was distributing his books. So that's the order he got. When he was in Radha Kund as a householder, he met his Guru Maharaj, who told him, if you ever get money, print books. There's many letters that Prabhupada wrote to Gopal Krishna Maharaj. That time he was a householder in Montreal, then later on he moved to New York. Right? And every time he wrote a letter, he included a check, $200, $300 for the book fund. And you can read where Prabhupada would thank him. Thank you for your contribution to the book fund. Right? And so we can see that Gopal Krishna Maharaj was so successful. Why? Because he felt himself an instrument to assist Srila Prabhupada in publishing and distributing books. So we can take that example to heart if we want to be successful. Successful means what? Successful means Krishna Prema. All right? Like after we recite the verses every day, which is the result of chanting the holy name, Krishna Prema. So that's what we're after. We want to develop love for Krishna. At least that's what we should be after. Our mind tells us so many other things are important here and there, right? That's why the Prabhupada calls the rascal mind. Why is the mind rascal? Because the mind proposes so many other things except for Krishna Prema. Right? The mind would rather go anywhere, right, than go for Krishna Prema. But that's the goal. And until the living entity comes to the platform of establishing this relationship with Krishna and developing Krishna Prema, dissatisfied, anxiety. Right? So if we find ourselves in anxiety, if we find ourselves frustrated, in despair, it's because we haven't got the goal fixed. We're after something else instead of Krishna Prema. So one of the things that can keep us focused on the goal is Srila Prabhupada's book distribution. Right? And Vijay Prabhu, who was the minister of book distribution for many years, he wrote this book, The Treasures of the Brihat Mridanga. Right? This is a fantastic book. And he gives all the reasons why one should perform Sankirtan, along with wonderful experiences of devotees in all those categories. That book distribution makes devotees. Book distribution helps us develop compassion. In order to perform book distribution, you need determination. Right? So I thought, if you all don't mind, we'll read a little bit from Vijay's book. Huh? Okay. Thanks a lot. This is from chapter 7 of Treasures of the Brihat Mridanga, and it's called Determination on Sankirtan. So bear with me, okay? Chapter 7, Determination on Sankirtan. To distribute books, one has to be very determined, because there's so much distraction in this age of Kali. Right? So what is the biggest distraction? It's our mind. As soon as we think, I'll do book distribution, the mind has 101 excuses why not. Hare, garam ho gaya, aisa ho gaya, wo ho gaya, ye log ka koi interest nahi hai. 101 excuses the mind has. Right? So that's why if you want to do Sankirtan, you have to be very determined. Right? Prabhupada didn't have to come to America. He didn't have to come. He had his room in where? Radha Damodar. Right? He was translating. Right? He had 2 rooms and a veranda in the Mahaprasadam from SriSriRadha Damodar, 5 rupiah, only 5 rupees. He didn't have to leave, but he left. Why did he leave? To fulfill the orders of his Guru Maharaj. An old man, He didn't have any friends, no contacts. We're after contacts, right? When we go somewhere, we're thinking, Hare, who'll pick me up at the airport? Who'll drop me off at the temple? Or when I get a room there, this, that? No facilities. When he got to the bottom of the platform from the boat, he didn't know whether to go right or left. But he had full faith in Lord Nityananda. We should be stubborn book distributors. No matter what the mind says, no matter what Maya presents to us, we should be determined to continue doing this very important service. Why? Because Krishna wants it. He says in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 22nd chapter, text 35, it's the duty of everyone to do welfare work for the benefit of others with one's life, one's intelligence, one's words, and one's wealth. Many times, Srila Prabhupada said that book distribution is the best welfare activity because when people get a book, they learn about who they are, who is God, and how to serve Him. Prabhupada has given us a practical way to wake up to spiritual reality, and we should want to share it as much as we can. So, many times, the materialists, they think that the devotees are crazy. Mad fellows. Useless fellows. They couldn't do anything in material life, so they sit in the temple and Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That's what they think, right? वो फालतू आदमी है, कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं, इसलिए जप कर रहे हैं, है कि नहीं? But it's actually just the opposite. They are the mad fellows. They're mad. Who's mad? Who's crazy? They're mad. They're crazy. Right? Why? I'll tell you. If you see some crazy guy, he's talking all kinds of nonsense, dirty, right? And you ask him where he's going. He has no idea. He's mad. He has no understanding where he's going. Just talking all kinds of gibberish. You can understand he's mad, right? But all these so-called business people, intellectuals, they're just like that. What they're talking, all gibberish, no value. Economic development, right? What is the value in that? Where you ask them, where are you going after this life? I have no idea. So what's the difference between them and the pagal that's on the street? Same. Talking nonsense. Chasing after some illusory concept. Bungalow, BB, bacha, bank balance. They think this is the bees, right? Even after attaining all of these things, still they're not happy. They're not satisfied. They work their whole life to satisfy the senses of their bacha and their bibi. And when they get old, bibi and bacha, they don't care anymore. Hey, Buddha beto. Ekine? So who's crazy? The devotees of the Lord know where they're going. The devotees of the Lord have a goal, proper goal, an eternal goal, part of Yoma, Sanatan Dham. The really sane people in the world are the devotees of the Lord. And the Lord reveals to them that this is not mythology, it's not a myth, it's reality, the real reality, the eternal reality, the spiritual world. By their service, by their submissive attitude, Krishna reveals to them the nectar of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. So we'll read some more. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also wants us to distribute books. He made a similar statement to Krishna's. Quote, I order everyone to accept this Krishna consciousness and distribute it everywhere to everyone. He doesn't give an opt-out in this statement. He orders everyone to accept and give. This is a giving movement. We give the holy name, we give prasadam, we give association, we give transcendental knowledge, and the more we give out the mercy, the more mercy we get in return. To give, we have to be determined. Here are some experiences I have had on book distribution in this connection. A few years ago, I learned firsthand that distributing books in Ukraine is difficult because the people are very poor. And they must be more poor now. The average worker gets $50 a month. That's about 4,000 rupees. Even by Indian standards, that's pretty low, right? At the time, we had one traveling party in Ukraine with 5 devotees who traveled around the country in a 21-year-old Russian station wagon. Do we have any 20-year-old vehicles here? I don't even think we have a 20-year-old vehicle. I was amazed to hear of the austerities they had to undergo. When it rained, which was quite often, all the 5 devotees slept in the car. And even when the weather was clear, 1 slept outside while 4 slept inside. I asked the Sankirtan leader, why don't you get a van? We prayed for one every day, he replied. I promised I would get a van for them. And by the mercy of Krishna and some nice donors, 2 years later, they had a nice Sankirtan vehicle. One of the devotees is a doctor who shortly after beginning his medical practice received a book from a devotee. After understanding that the body is just a dress for the soul and that the soul is who we really are, he thought, why should I be so concerned with helping the body? Better I help cure the root of the problem, the diseased soul. Another devotee in this party used to be a detective on the police force. Now he's the Sankirtan leader. So this is a letter from Srila Prabhupada to Jagadish. It was written March 27, 1972. I'm so glad to hear how you are expanding the book distribution program so rapidly. The more this literature is read and distributed, the more the world will be filled with auspiciousness. Please continue this program with ever-increasing enthusiasm, and this will please my Guru Maharaj very much. We simply repeat the philosophy exactly as it is, without any misrepresentation or adulteration. Then this movement will never be checked. And we will conquer the world. We will conquer the world. Srila Prabhupada ki. So please train up these boys and girls in the philosophy and Brahminical culture, and they will become useful tools in the hands of Lord Krishna for saving all the fallen souls of this age. So anybody can do that? Anybody can learn the philosophy, and after learning the philosophy, engage in trying to save the fallen souls by giving them books about Krishna consciousness. Here's an example. This is from Chopati, India. It's about one Mataji. Madhu Priya Mataji had a simple and effective formula. She would always carry several Bhagavad-gitas with her each time she stepped out of her apartment. While in the elevator coming down from and going to her 10th floor residence, she never lost a chance to preach and show books to whoever was in the elevator with her. The unsuspecting residents of the building were simply wonderstruck at the simple but terse message she persuasively conveyed in just a few seconds. Often her cogent plea compelled them to take a book. During these brief sojourns in the lift, she would unfailingly distribute 2 or 3 Bhagavad-gitas each time she went out, thereby transmitting Srila Prabhupada's mercy in a unique way. So it doesn't matter what your situation in life is. If you have a mood to distribute books, you can do it. Hare Krishna. So there's so many nice things in this book. I recommend everybody get it and go over it. It's absolutely fantastic. Talks about how we can have a change of heart, how to be bold for Krishna, what to say, and how to develop your compassion. So many nice things. Hare Krishna. So if there are any questions, we'll try to answer.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada wrote one very interesting thing, that a time will come, the scientists will go to all these planets. And
there may come a time when people can travel to
they will see all. I was wondering how, because they were unable to go to moon. They failed. So now, in this age of 10,000 years...
But there is a way you can go. There is a way you can go. But it's not by mechanical means. It's by developing yoga practice, right? So there may come a time when Krishna consciousness spreads nicely and people become elevated spiritually. Then they can go. Right? But we're not interested in the heavenly planets, right? It's for us, that's not what we want. We shouldn't want, right? But many of us may wind up in the heavenly planets because we're attracted by things other than Krishna Prema. If you have Krishna Prema, the heavenly planets is just like not interested. Right? Raghunath Das Goswami preaches to his mind, don't even think of going to Vaikuntha. Only Goloka, no any other place. Right? Some Vaishnava Sampradayas, they're only interested in Vaikuntha, right? Which is nice, but for devotees of Lord Chaitanya, they're interested in Krishna Loka. You know why? Right? You look at the front cover of the Bhagavatam, you see there's 2 halves of Krishna Loka. And one half is Radha and Krishna, and the other half is a Sankirtan party. So there, simultaneously, you have pastimes with Radha and Krishna, and you have pastimes with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees in doing Sankirtan. So that's the, inconceivable, amazing mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna in Krishna Loka. But if you go to the heavenly planets, you may stay there for some time, but after some time you come back down, right? And when you come back down, guess what? Kali Yuga is going to be 100,000 years advanced. Huh? Kali Yuga is going to go on for 400,000 years. And look at how bad it is now. Just imagine. Huh? 100,000 years from now, what it's going to be like? You think you want to be here? Huh? I don't want to be here. You want to be here? Huh? Then we got to chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. And we got to get those books out. Then you got a chance to go to Krishna Loka. A good chance. Because Lord Chaitanya will intervene on our behalf and use his mercy. Especially if we take shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Because he's very merciful. And he'll free us of all our material desires. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. Nitai Gaur Premanande.